tolerance,
welcome
right?
back.
It's somewhere
So once we
above
planned
your
risk
normal
management
day-to-day
and
degree
we've
of risk
collected
of
all the
uncertainty that
risks
you're
and put
willing
them in
to
a
take.
long
It's how
a
much can you
document called
really
a risk
withstand,
register.
though, right? And the
Then
risk
we want
threshold,
to
bam. That's
remember I
the
said
wall.
all risks
That's
aren't
where
equal.
you
Right?
cannot take
Some
it any
are
longer.
bearing down
You will
right
never
now. They're
go
all
beyond that. It's
important. They all can
unacceptable
change
to
in
go over the
probability and
threshold,
impact
right?
over
We wanna
time, so you want to
understand
write them
those,
down and watch
with
them.
our stakeholders.
But
I've used the term
right now we want to
several times.
prioritize
That is,
risks,
in its
right?
simplest
So if I'm building
form,
a
the definition
house
of
in
risk.
Charleston,
Risk
South
is
Carolina, and I
uncertainty.
start construction
There are
in
things
August,
that might happen.
the risk of
We
a
just
hurricane
don't know
is
if
very
they will
real
happen.
to
And
me
they're
as
both
opposed to
positive
December
and negative.
or
They're
January,
threats
right? So they're
and
not all
also
equal. They're going to change
opportunities.
over time.
Now, through this course,
And so I want to do
we'll look at
qualitative
these,
risk analysis. So we'll take
processes,
that
the
long
planning,
list of risks
identification,
in my risk
qualitative
register,
and quantitative
and by
analysis,
adding this
response planning,
subjective
control,
probability and impact,
and
it's
then
quick,
some
it's
more on the
fast, but
risk
it's good enough
register.
to prioritize
before
my
I
risks.
jump into
That's
that, though,
the
be
goal.
aware of
I need to
some of
prioritize
these,
the risks, and that's what
key,
this slide is meant to say.
terms.
So we have on the left
Variability risk
collected all of our risks and
is
categorized
uncertainty
them.
about
Now in the
something
yellow
of
we're
high
doing
variability, like
qualitative
weather,
risk analysis,
right? Weather
and
is a
later we'll do
variability
planning
risk.
on how to avoid them, mitigate
Ambiguity
them,
risk
or if
is
it's an
when we have
opportunity,
imperfect
take
knowledge.
advantage
Well,
of them.
gosh,
So right now we're in
remember
the middle.
definition of a project is
It
an
is
uncertainty,
subjective
and it's
probability and
time-bound, right? A
subjective
definite start and
impact,
end date.
which is
Well, the
still
fact
good enough.
that-
Remember,
that-
if it's
or
an
that's
expert
unique, a project is
judgment,
unique and time-bound.
that's pretty good.
Well, imagine,
and we
because
can
it's
use
unique,
that.
there
And it's
will
about
be
prioritizing
ambiguity
your
risk. We
risks
expect that.
right
We
now.
don't have perfect
This
knowledge.
would
That's
be
what we're
a way that
developing
you might want to
by the time we
prioritize.
accomplish
Notice the
our
probability,
output.
which is the chance
Our
of
final
something
deliverable.
happening,
And then there's
and the
project
impact or
resilience,
the
right? There will be
consequences or the
emerging
result,
risks
right?
along the way.
And if
Sometimes
it's
we
in the
call these
top right, it's
unknowable
probably
unknowns. I
bad,
really
and you
don't
want
like
to
that
plan
term.
further
But yes,
and more detail
and
against that.
They're
The ones
recognized
in light blue, I
after they
might
occur,
watch
and they're
closely,
tackled by
and the ones in
developing the
white
project.
have low probability and or
developing
low
project
impact. I would
resilience.
just put on a
You can
watch
have
list. I'd
contingency
review it
reserves
once a
and
month or so
flexible
to see if
processes,
it
and you
is
can
changing.
empower and trust people to be proactive.
Now I just mentioned a
right?
moment ago
You can have
project
triggers,
categories,
like warning signals,
so we want
etc.
to be
That's how you
aware of that.
modify
The
and
book
absorb,
talks about cultural,
and ensure
political,
your
regional,
project
and
is
virtual, right?
resilient.
These are
Okay?
a sample of
Some key
potential
terms to
categories.
know.
Your
So
PMO
planning
may
defines
issue you
how
project
to do
categories.
risk
They may
management
define
in
them
all
for
the
you. You
processes
will
in
likely think of
identifying
others,
risks,
no doubt,
doing
during your
qualitative and
project.
quantitative analysis.
So a risk category is a group of
controlling
potential
risks, watching for
causes
triggers,
of the risks.
defining risk
And
owners.
categories, what they do is they
This
allow you to
defining it
group
end-to-end
individual
in
risks
management planning.
for evaluating
So we begin
them
risk
and
management
responding
planning
to
early
them. You
and
can
finish
group,
early, right? Because
a
risks
single response
are
into
inherent
multiple
to
items
every
because
project.
it's in a category.
This is going to ensure the degree,
And so
type,
project
and
managers often
visibility
use a common
of
set
the
of project
risks
risk
are
categories,
proportionate to the
such
risks
as
and the
the
stakeholders,
schedule.
right? Some risks
I give another example in
matter
the
more
box
than
down
others.
below.
Not every risk
Then,
today is
after
equal.
qualitative
Doesn't
risk
mean we
analysis,
stop
which
watching.
takes
Remember
the
I said
risk
you put
register, my
every
list
risk
of risks,
down
the
on paper
qualitative
because they can change
reprioritizes
in
them,
priority,
and then the
in,
top ones in that priority, the ones with
probability
the
of
biggest
and impact
probability and
over time.
impact.
So we
Those
wanna put
I
everything
go
down, but
over
no, they're
and
not
do
all the same
quantitative risk
today,
analysis,
right?
which is
And
also
so we
going
want
to
to
use
ensure
probability
our
and
effort
impact,
is
just like
proportional
qualitative
to the
did.
risk itself.
But qualitative,
Okay?
remember I said,
and
was
we can
subjective.
use things like
This
the
is
project
numeric.
charter,
It's
we talked
harder
about
to
the
do. I'm
project
going to go
plan,
out and do real
other project
research.
documents
It's going to take a while. And the reason I
develop
spend this
our
much time
risk
is
management plan.
because it
We
is
can
a
even do
high
data
priority
analysis.
risk. It is
Data
a high
analysis would
probability
include
and or
the stakeholder
impact. Right?
analysis that we just talked
So
about.
this is the only
risk
reliable way
appetites,
to
the
assess
risk
the overall
tolerances, and the
project
risk
risk
thresholds,
by
understanding
evaluating the aggregated
while
effect
you're
on project
producing your
outcomes
output,
of
which is
all
this
the
risk
risks
management plan. This is your
and sources
methodology,
of
your
uncertainty,
approach
right?
to
And so we use
transitioning
this
the framework
numerical
of, say, the
probability and
PMBOK
impact
guide into detailed,
quantitative is
step-by-step,
usually
here's how
done.
I'm going
It
to
is
do
not
all the
required.
processes in
Qualitative
risk
is
management.
always done. Once you
along
have
with
your
the roles
risks,
and
you must
responsibilities.
prioritize them. You will always
Now,
do
in planning,
qualitative
there
analysis.
are
But
the
quantitative
slide
analysis
and the
is
book
so
talks
hard.
about some
If you don't
types of
have any
risks
big
are
risks, you can move on.
preventables,
Or
some are strategy
another use
risks, some are
case,
external.
if a risk is bearing
the
down
black
now
swan
always. You just identified it.
Which is
Skip it and go right to risk
which
response
describes an
planning.
event that comes as a surprise.
There are, speaking of risk
It has a major
responses, right?
effect and is often
Remember I said
inappropriately
risks, which by
rationalized
definition are
after
an
the fact,
uncertainty, right?
based
Whether it will
on,
happen or not,
hindsight,
are both a
right?
threat,
So the
that's
term
point
comes
one at
from
the
an
top
ancient
of the slide,
saying.
or an
In Europe, the
opportunity,
presumed
point
black
two.
swans did not
And so if a
exist.
risk is a
saying that
threat,
became
I have these
reinterpreted
ways
to,
of
teach a
responding
lesson
to
that
the
just
the
because you don't
threat,
think it can
right?
happen,
I
it
can
likely
escalate,
can.
right,
When
to my
Europeans,
program
there were only
manager.
white
I can
swans in Europe,
avoid
hence their thought.
the
There-
threat
There's no such thing as a black
by,
swan.
you
Till
know,
they got to Australia.
removing
And
the
later they
cause
learned,
so it won't happen.
There are black
I can
swans,
transfer
right?
the threat
And so
by
it
like getting
challenges
insurance,
our
right? Transferring it to a third
expectation
party. I
of-
can mitigate it,
of,
which we do quite often,
rare
or just
events,
accept it.
of
Que sera, sera,
probability
let it be,
and
let it be.
impact, how it can
Similarly,
change
for
over time,
out
and even our own
opportunities,
personal
risk
biases,
opportunities,
right?
I have five
again,
options.
This black swan
Escalate,
approach refers
again, to the program
unexpected
manager.
events
I can
of large
exploit,
magnitude and
right,
consequence.
which is lessening the probability, or increasing,
Such
rather.
events
These are opportunities.
considered oftentimes
Increasing the
outliers,
probability
right,
of
or
it happening to
extremes,
100%. I can
play a big
share
role
the
in
opportunity, say, with
success
another
of your
company
project.
that will
In
maximize
fact, I think
the
all risks
opportunity.
are identified
Say we're
with
doing
common
a
sense and a
contract
little
proposal,
intellect.
and it's an IT PM contract, and I'm a PM
Examples
company,
often given of
and
black
I
swan
know you're
events
an
are the rise
awesome
of the
IT
internet,
company.
the
Well, we
personal
merge forces.
computer,
We share.
World War
It's a
I,
risk. We may not win the
the
proposal at all,
dissolution
but
of
we'll
the
share
Soviet
the
Union or
opportunity
9/11 terrorist
to
attacks
try and make it
on the
happen.
US. But
I can
frankly
enhance
think that all of those
the
were
opportunity,
fairly
which is increasing the
predictable and could have
probability
been,
of
planned
the outcome.
against. The
Or
internet
again, I can just
developed over
accept
eons.
the risk as my response, and que sera, sera. Now, some tools to use in performing quantitative analysis. Again, that's that
when we
hard
identify
one,
risks,
which
one
will
way
drive
to do
us
that
to
is
the
the
responses
Delphi
we
technique.
choose. One
And the
is
Delphi
simulation, which
technique
is known as
is,
Monte Carlo analysis. So when you put in
a
all the
process
data
used
that
to
you've been
arrive
collecting
at
in
a
this
group
project
opinion,
planning,
by
the
paneling,
schedule, the
surveying a
budget,
panel
the
of
activity
experts. It's a
start and
group
end
opinion
times,
of
your
experts.
objective
So what you'll
date,
do
your
is you'll
start
send out a
date, the
survey to an
resources,
expert.
the
You'll
skill levels,
assure
etc. When you put
assure them
all
it's
that
anonymous.
information into a
You'll get
computer,
the
the
results.
simulator called Monte
You'll
Carlo,
tabulate them with the other experts.
it will spit you out
will
any
send it
number
back to them
of
to
solutions.
reconfirm
This slide
the
just
now
shows one.
collective
Notice
expertise.
it's the
And when they
probability
do,
of
you
finishing
have
my
Delphi
project.
technique.
Notice the project in
It
the
is
S
found
curve
that
is
experts are more
expected
likely
to end
give
around
you
day
their true,
192.
valid, honest
But
opinion
I
if they
highlighted
have
in blue, there's a
anonymity.
50%
That in
chance
a group,
I could
because of
actually
peer
finish
pressure,
as
et
early
cetera,
as day
they don't like to
145.
offer it
Well, I
openly,
could
and
say
they
to
will
my
hold
boss,
back
you know
an
what?
opinion. The name gets
There is a 92% chance that we could finish in day 170.
Literature.
And
she
every
was a
day,
priestess
this
at the
project
Temple of
costs us $1
Apollo
million.
in ancient Greece.
So that's
And
$22
the
million
Oracle Delphi was
saved if I can
famous,
finish then. 92% chance, pretty
for
high.
giving
It's pretty
cryptic
safe.
predictions
We
and
should be able to
guidance
hit the quality
of both the
objectives
city-states
and scope.
and of individuals.
So how about if we
Hence,
offer everybody a bonus of
expert
$10,000
predictions
if
of the future.
the customer accepts
Now, when
the
we
deliverable
identify
by
risks,
day 170?
we want to be aware. One way to do
Saving
it is
$22
by
million,
studying
I
flow
spend $1
charts,
million,
right? We'll study flow
everybody
charts for risk
wins,
issues,
right?
right?
And I've
For
increased
supply chain
the
issues.
opportunity.
A
I've
type of flow
enhanced
chart
the.
is also
I've
known as a
trying
SIPOC,
to make
and I have a
this
picture there.
risk an
It
opportunity.
stands for suppliers,
Okay.
inputs, processes.
Another tool you can use
outputs,
is
and
earned
customers,
value
and
management.
that's SIPOC.
And the
Sometimes I've
a
even
third
heard
tool
it
is the decision
as
tree. This
COPUS,
is actually
which is
EVM,
SIPOC backwards,
EMV
where you
rather,
start with the customer.
expected monetary
Other
value.
tools that you
inside
can use
a decision
are
tree. You see the
histograms
tree
shown on the
its
left,
on its
in the
side,
middle, a
laying
Pareto
down.
diagram, which really is
And
just a
basically
histogram,
anything
just
in
rank
black is going to
ordering,
the right, and anything in color
and
is coming
then you
back
can do
to
the
the
cause
left.
and effect diagram.
I just have them all
which is
filled
all
in
goes
at
by
this
other
point.
names.
The
YY
basic
diagram,
formula for
the
expected
5 Ys,
monetary
the
value
fishbone
is
diagram,
probability
the Ishikawa
times
diagram. It's all the
impact.
same. It's about root cause
And you'll see that through the
analysis
decision tree,
and
I have decision
diagramming
points,
that.
whether I'm going going to build this donut shop
Another
or not
tool you can use is
in a new
SWOT,
location,
right?
or if I'm going to
Strengths,
refurb
weaknesses,
my
opportunities,
current
and threats.
location.
Notice that
And I'll
opportunities
go out
and
and
threats
get
are
market
very
research,
much
traffic
what
patterns,
this conversation
anticipated
is focused
patterns,
on.
market
Risks
economy.
are
Is
seen
it
as
good?
threats,
Is it bad?
yes.
What are the
They're also
experts
seen
saying?
as opportunities,
And I can
we want
apply
to
a
identify
percentage, a
both.
probability,
We want to
and the
pursue and
impact. Am I
maximize
going to make a lot of
opportunities.
money,
These are
or is
generally
it going to be?
external for
Am
the
I going to
project.
make a little
And
bit
we
of
want
money?
to
Am I going to lose money?
avoid the
And,
threats.
and by using
also external
EMV,
to the
expected
project,
monetary
right?
value,
Now we
I can
will
multiply the probability and
take
impact
a break there
of
and
each
come back with qualitative
and compare.
analysis.
You're welcome to study this if you want. Again, the black is going to the right,
The
and
new
then read the color
deputization
coming back
process
to the left. There's
will
also a
begin.
good example in your PMBOK
It will
guide
begin,
if you have that available.
but not today.
This is EMV
Okay, Lady
inside
Zaga's here.
a decision tree.
What's going on, Lady Zaga?
So then I want to control
Lady
risks,
Zaga, Zaga,
right?
Zaga,
Once
Zaga, Zaga.
my project is underway, I'm looking to
let's see, anybody
control
else?
risks. And we'll
Felipe
talk
Mendez,
more about this in
Brazil.
coming lessons. But
We'll
for
twist their
now, I
nuts.
would like to just say it's all about control, right? For inputs,
I was watching
I
a
want
really
to
interesting
watch for
video
my
this
triggers.
morning.
I want to collect work performance data, that raw data, and then I want to produce work performance information, that analyzed data.
Yeah, my
that says,
chiropractic
okay,
appointment's at
here's what the
10:30.
numbers are, here's what the numbers
So
are
I've
saying,
got about
and
20
compare
minutes
my
to burn.
plan versus my
Watching a
actual
really interesting
results,
video
my
this morning.
baseline versus
I'm
reality,
going to recommend it.
and make adjustments along the way. In
So it's up to
risk,
the final
we're
day.
largely looking for triggers. If it's 5 days out and there's no hurricane in the weather forecast,
I'll put it in the
I'm
link.
pretty
It's a really
good right
interesting
now.
video.
I don't have
And it
a
has
trigger,
to do with
right? I'm looking for
governance,
triggers
systems
that
governance.
I've identified.
It's a wide range
Now,
of It's a Russian guy.
The risk register
So it's a really
is
good video.
built. This
Put
is
it in
where
the,
it all started. So after project
put
planning,
it
we
in
really
the,
built the
description of the
risk
show.
register.
So what
And it's
can
a
I
list
do
of every risk we
effectively
have come
for
up with, right?
the next 20 minutes?
And
Okay.
I list
So
any
let me just
number
get to
of
some of these
places you can get
headlines.
risks.
Let
The
me get to some of
requirements
these
management plan, the schedule management plan,
So
the
one of the
cost
things
management
that's
plan,
now
the quality
happening,
management plan,
apparently, is
resources,
that
our own risk management
the
plan
Department
will
of
provide
Justice
additional
charges
risks.
Google with
The
multiple
baseline,
violations
scope, schedule,
of
and
antitrust
cost.
law.
What contracts or agreements are out
Let's
there,
just
like
bring this up.
service level agreements or MOUs, memorandums of understanding,
So,
etc.
I mean,
and
is
what
this just
EEFs,
cosmetic
which are
now?
external factors,
Because we know that
impacting my
Google was
project
started by
that I
the
don't
Alphabet
control,
Agency, specifically
or
the NSA,
OPAs. Those are
in
those
conjunction with
organizational
DARPA.
process assets we discussed
So,
in the
Department of
first
Justice
week.
charges
And so
Google.
I'm looking at
Okay,
always
here we go.
managing
I mean,
this
that's
iron
happening.
triangle and these other risks impacting
It's
my
happening.
success.
October
criteria,
20th,
which
Department
is
of
to
Justice
finish
on Tuesday
schedule,
charged
on
Google
cost,
violating
on
antitrust law.
scope.
So, but these things
So a
are
couple more tools
glacial.
that I can use.
I
are
mean, they're
contingency
glacial. They
reserves,
take forever.
right? Which
And
the
Google will
project
lawyer up,
those are
and
for
they've got
known
tons of money,
unknowns.
and they
I've
have to,
identified the risk in advance.
do this thing and press this
I've
thing.
planned against it,
Have
so
to
I have
go
money.
through a legal
I told my boss
process,
I need
et cetera,
this
et
much
cetera,
money
et cetera.
to set aside
And
for
we
this
are
risk
just a few
and this
scant
risk.
days
These are
away from the
contingency
election.
reserves. And my boss said,
So
"Hey,
is
good
this
job.
merely
Here you go."
something cosmetic?
Another tool
And why
are
the
management
fuck
reserves.
did
These are
they
for
not do this
unknown
like 2
unknowns,
years ago?
which means I
So that by the
didn't
time they got
identify
to
the
this
risk in
point,
advance, so I
Google
did
would
not
be
see
a
it
lot
coming, and I
more
frankly have to go to the big boss
about
and explain what
they're doing,
happened
how
with
they're
trend
doing.
analysis and other data, and do a work
it's just
performance
it's a
report.
maybe
and
it's a
get
Mercury
them to
retrograde
give
moment.
me
I
the
don't
money.
know,
Another
but it's
tool
like
you can use is
everything is
I've
kind of a
included
day late
here
and
a
a dollar
sample
short
burn down chart
in some
so
ways.
I can
And
monitor
one could even
the
make a
burn
case
down
that the
of,
revelations of Biden on the
risks as the
laptops
project develops.
might be a little
Because we want to realize
slow in
this,
coming. Now,
that
the thing
over
that
time,
is blowing my mind about
finding
the
a
Biden
risk
stuff
early costs
is the
very
absolute
little, right, and has very
denial,
little impact.
and
And there's a
it's
sweet spot in the
almost
middle
like
where it's all
Borg-like.
balanced.
in
But
the denial
if I
from
find a risk
Alec
late or
Baldwin
its
to Rob
impact
Reiner to Adam
comes
Schiff.
to bear,
By the
it
way,
will
Adam Schiff
cost
might be a
much
part of that
more
kind of
late in the
sort of
project, and that's the
genetic
point
program
of,
that was being
that.
talked about in one of the
I just
second
have a
hard
couple of
drives.
slides of final
or
thoughts.
in the second hard drive.
You're welcome to read them.
But,
they are kind of stand
you know,
alone.
it's just like
and I've enjoyed
it's
this.
amazing.
Part 1
Like
and part 2,
once the
week
so-called
6
left or the
complete.
Democrats
Let's go do
get
a
their
discussion
talking points,
and more.
it just